guys, thanks for watching the video. I'm off on a road trip across Ontario. Figured I'd give it a try of trying the van life with Eddie and staying in some towns and kind of just winging it, seeing where I can camp and where I can spend the night. Thought I would try it now that the interior is a little more finished. Not too worried, I'm sure we'll find some place to camp, but I guess this will be my first real experience with kind of like a van life, stealth camping with Eddie, and we'll see where we end up tonight. It would be fun to park right in the street. I have my Mr. Buddy heater, but I would really like to use my wood stove. It's minus 2 degrees Celsius right now, so it's going to be a cold night. My heating sources for the trailer are the wood stove or the Buddy heater. So if I camped on Main Street, setting up my chimney might cause a little bit of attention. Hardware. Well, there's plenty of parking in town right on this main street. Well, we went down to the river in the town, and no surprise, there's no overnight camping. Okay, with the water, there's got to be a marina, and a marina in December you would think would be empty and not busy, so I'm going to check out the marina and see what my luck is down at the water. No parking 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. So that would have been good. That's a nice little park and parking lot down on the water, but the signs actually say no parking 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. and I assume that is to prevent people from camping there. That's right there. Harbor parking, harbor camping area, please register at Marine office. So I found some success down at the marina. It looks like there's actually some parking for RVs. I assume mainly in the summer. The place looks pretty abandoned at this time of year. This is a small town, a summer town. It's kind of deserted in the wintertime. So I think I can actually park there and be safe there for the night. There's nobody at the marine office. Again, it's abandoned. Gonna back Eddie in and this is gonna be our place. Well, this ain't so bad. Like Georgian Bay's right there. Some houses behind me there, but there is literally nobody here. Okay, we got a fire going in the wood stove, and welcome to the inside of Eddie. Haven't done a lot of inside footage in my last videos camping with Eddie because, quite frankly, it's been a construction zone, right? Which it very much still is, but a year ago, almost a year ago, I went on the first trip with Eddie in the winter time, and I literally slept on a piece of plywood, just stacked on some storage bins. It was literally just a frame inside here. So I installed an RV table, so there's a bracket that goes right here, and the table is stored in there, so the table swirls around. Now I'll just show you how it works. It's going to make being in here so much more comfortable. This hooks up to the tabletop. I'm going to put a temporary piece of wood up here as my table. This goes into here. So that fits onto there, and then this bracket here, this is what I got to screw to like the side of a wall or a cabinet or whatever else, and then this adjusts and slides into there. So this bracket system right here is what holds the table up. And when the table is extended this way, there's going to be a lot of torque on this bracket, because the way I'm going to be having it, it's going to be at the tallest level most of the time. It's not going to be kind of in the middle of the bracket. It's going to be up here, so it's going to have a lot of torque. It's going to want to pull away from the wall. So I'm going out of my way to reinforce the wall here. This storage bin that I've just built next to the wood stove, it's working. I'm really excited about it. It's got my water storage. I got a Jackery and an EcoFlow battery backups here that I'm going to store here. So it's going to be a nice balancing as far as weight goes on both sides, with the Battleborn batteries over here and a fairly heavy storage area over here. So I reinforced this wall that I'm going to attach it to. So there are some 2x2s through the wall that I'll be putting the bolts through, and then the MDF ship planking and another piece of plywood on the inside. And then to make it extra strong, I'm going to be sandwiching it between these two pieces of aluminum that I have left over. I got these at Princess Auto, and I bought them when I did the trim on the door. So these are the two pieces I have left over. So they're going to go on each side, and then this bracket is going to go through here, and I'm going to sandwich this ship lapping, the 2x2 framing, and the plywood here, and then bolts will be on this side. And that should be a nice solid surface, so that it's not gonna, if I just put this on the MDF, it's gonna crush the MDF eventually, right? So this here, putting this onto the piece of metal, on a long piece of metal, it's gonna disperse the torque on the bracket. So that should be the answer. So let's get at it. Well, the nice thing about being at this marina was there's an Indian restaurant close by that was still open. This is what I envisioned, slowly but surely. So my goal is just luxury living in the wilderness. This is not wilderness, this is a marina in the wintertime. But this trailer is built to go off-road. It's got a lot of ground clearance. It's built rugged. It's built to be off-grid, and then being able to go to maybe stay in a city, or you know, kind of in a pinch, do some stealth camping if necessary. But cheers to the start of a great adventure. Ooh. They made fresh naan bread. Oh, garlic naan bread. Oh man, my favorite. Oh, that's pretty good. And then, if I need to get up, I just move it out of the way. I love it. Well, probably one of the nicest luxuries of doing this kind of city camping is having good reception, so I can stream my Leafs game and veg out before I go to bed and get up early to hit the river and do some fishing tomorrow. So we'll see you in the morning. We'll see if Mitch Marner keeps his point streak alive. It's currently -8 Celsius outside with wind gusts up to 78 kilometers an hour. And this wind is bringing in a cold front and nasty snowy weather, so that's what we have in store for us. Nice and warm with the wood stove going on in here. You can see I'm just in a light merino wool shirt. It's really cool to have this table when you visualize something, you know, 2 years ago, and you know, even though this is just a temporary plywood top, it's the idea of this is how the table is going to function. It's really exciting, and it's just kind of one, you know, kind of satisfying point to the build where, you know what, I've always thought this was the way it was going to be. I always envisioned having the wood stove looking out the window here. I built this window very specifically to be able to work and sit at this spot and look out over a lake, over mountains, whatever it's going to be in the future. And to just get a taste of that dream coming to life is pretty cool, and I like sharing it with you, so hope you can appreciate that if you've been following along on the build, how long of a journey it's been for me. Today was a bit of a wash. The weather was crazy, the wind and rain pretty much all day. So I went down to the river just to kind of scout it out. I haven't been here in a year, so see what the water level is like and kind of my game plan for tomorrow. The weather looks pretty good tomorrow. It might be snowing, but the wind's down, and it's just about 0 tomorrow, so it should be pretty comfortable for steelhead fishing. Definitely overdressed. It wasn't as cold as I expected. Okay. One of the best things about the wood stove is drying clothes. Get this fan going, get a roaring fire going in here. Dry all this stuff off. Eventually in the shower there's going to be another exhaust fan. There's a exhaust fan above the bed. There's going to be an exhaust fan in there. Nice, obviously, for getting rid of moisture with having a shower, but also, you know, having a big fire going in here, kind of running the exhaust fan, kind of circulating the air. I've been doing too much trailer building and not enough fishing, so a little out of practice on what to wear. At some point the stove just needs to be cleaned out. It burns great, but at some point it just doesn't get enough oxygen in there, and you just got to clean it up. So I tried to throw some more wood in there, it just ain't happening. So I'm going to deal with a little bit of smoke here, and open the door. That's better. Oh, okay, fire's going. I just thought I'd take a minute to show you what I'm going to be using on the river tomorrow. I just have a Clearwater Orvis 8-weight 9-foot rod. It's not really any finesse to the fly fishing that I'm going to be doing tomorrow. This river is it's nice and shallow. I went and explored it today. The water level is actually down. It was supposed to get some rain, so I'm a little disappointed about that. But I've been here enough times where you there's only a few little pockets that the fish are in. So in late December, the fish are going to be more into the slow-moving pools. So basically, I'm just going to be dropping probably some egg flies with maybe a little bit of weight, maybe an indicator. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But basically, just some egg flies, maybe, you know, like a little Cleo. I don't mind chucking hardware for steelhead, but this river doesn't lend itself well. There's not a lot of areas where you can really swing a little Cleo, that sort of thing, through there. So that's probably not going to be the case. This run right here is a great spot to fish, but you have this little ice, but this ice formation right along the shoreline is right where I'd be able to be in the depth of water that was safe to cast from. So I'm kind of screwed there. It's a deep ledge, so I can't get on the other side of the ice to cast in that stretch, and the ice is too thick to break up. Stuck to this spot here. Just gonna cross the river to access the spot that we want to go to. It's not even knee deep, so it looks intimidating in the wintertime, but it's not too bad. Just pick the stretches where you know it's not that deep. There are some deep holes, but well, this is the next day. I decided to give the river another shot. Should have known the weekend's here and there's so many fishermen, so I got down here, started out in the dark, and by the time I got to the hole that I wanted to check out, there's four guys lined up fishing it already. So you know what, tomorrow's just going to be worse, so I'm packing up Eddie and I'm heading up north. More snow, more adventure. So I hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Cheers.